Once hailed as a Blade Runner, Oscar Pistorius was a global icon. Born without fibulas, he had both legs amputated below the knees before his first birthday. But that didn't stop him. And in the early hours of Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2013, that fragile world came crashing down. With carbon fiber prosthetics and sheer determination, he sprinted into the history books. Moments later, Pistorius was on the phone, crying, shaking, desperate. "I thought she was an intruder," he claimed. The world was shocked. How could an international hero like Pistorius end up at the center of such a horrific crime? The prosecution painted a picture of a volatile man with a short temper and a love for guns. Text messages between Oscar and Riva were revealed, some filled with love, others showing signs of fear and tension. Competing in both the Paralympics and the Olympics, a feat that earned him worldwide respect and admiration. They argued it was a tragic accident, the act of a paranoid man who genuinely thought he was protecting himself. Pistorius broke down repeatedly in court, vomiting, crying, and showing remorse. But fame can be a fragile thing. Many believed justice hadn't been served. The prosecution appealed, and in 2015, South Africa's Supreme Court overturned the original verdict. Pistorius was now found guilty of murder. Why didn't he check whether Riva was in bed before shooting? Why did he fire 4 times? And most haunting of all, why was the bathroom door locked from the inside? Riva's family continues to mourn the daughter they lost. A vibrant soul silenced too soon. Finally, in 2017, his sentence was increased to 13 years and 5 months. He said he didn't realize Riva wasn't in bed beside him. Fearing for his life, he grabbed his 9mm pistol and fired 4 shots through the locked bathroom door. When he opened the door afterward, he discovered Riva, fatally wounded, on the floor. One neighbor claimed they heard a woman scream before the shots. Another said the shots were fired in 2 bursts, suggesting a pause and then continuation. Inside his luxurious home in Pretoria, South Africa, gunshots echoed through the silence of the night. The victim, Riva Steenkamp, a 29-year-old model, law graduate, and television personality. She was smart, charismatic, and deeply loved. According to Oscar, he woke up in the night and believed someone had broken into his home. But investigators weren't convinced. As the trial began, the courtroom became the stage for one of South Africa's most watched legal dramas. Riva had once messaged him, "I am scared of you sometimes and how you snap at me." Forensic evidence, ballistic reports, and neighbor testimonies all pointed toward premeditated murder. The defense stood firm. In 2014, he was found guilty of culpable homicide, a charge similar to manslaughter, and sentenced to 5 years in prison. But the story didn't end there. Public outrage exploded. In 2016, he was sentenced to 6 years in prison, but again, the sentence was criticized as too lenient. Another appeal followed. Oscar Pistorius, once a global symbol of courage and inspiration, had become a tragic example of a fall from grace. Today, he sits behind bars, and the world continues to ask, was it really a mistake, or was it murder?